To my colleagues, members of the House and members of this committee, Mr. Speaker's personal apology for not being here personally, and by extension to members of the general public that are also here to attend this very important engagement with the House of Representatives through the Committee on Defense. I believe Mr. Speaker would have loved to be here personally, but for some other exigencies of the responsibilities of his office, he has not been able to make it. I still have the commitment and the conviction that his spirit is virtually with us here. So I so convey to you his apologies for not coming here and for not being here in person. I have a draft speech to read for and on behalf of my principal, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and I will so read. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to speak at this public hearing on the Armed Forces Support Trust Fund Establishment Bill 2021. The importance of this bill is evidenced by the dwindling resources available to the Armed Forces of Nigeria to execute the various security operations it is involved in. This requires innovative ideas to raise additional funds without placing any burden on Nigerians in support of the military as an organization. That's the idea of this bill. This bill seeks to provide an injection of additional capital funding for the armed forces of Nigeria at a crucial time in our nation. I am sure many of you will wonder why the armed forces of Nigeria need an additional financial injection at this material time. The fact, based on appropriation records, is that about 91% of the current funding to the armed forces go on recurrent overhead, salaries, and welfare, leaving only 9% for capital purchases. This reality has prompted this ninth House of Representatives to seek a way of providing funds that will be focused on the capital needs and training of our armed forces. Nigeria's expenditure on military hardware and training in the last 5 years hovers between a paltry 9 to 11% of the total annual budgetary allocation to the armed forces. This is grossly incapable of empowering the military to face the security challenges in the country, especially with the insurgency in the northeast. To succeed in this fight, the Armed Forces of Nigeria requires our funding for modern weapons and required trainings. Spending on military hardware must definitely increase to support the zeal and commitment already being exhibited via our soldiers. The Armed Forces Support Trust Fund Establishment Bill 2021 is a time-limited endeavor to upgrade the equipment infrastructure of our armed forces in deliberate manner that will better position them to be more effective in securing the nation. The myriad of security challenges facing the country has continued to dwarf every developmental effort put in by the government. No nation develops in a state of insecurity as currently being witnessed in Nigeria. Indeed, development is at the heart of security. As Kofi Annan put it, development and security are inextricably linked. If Nigeria must develop, therefore, we need to get our security estate right by ensuring that our military is adequately equipped and well trained. This requires funding which cannot be sought solely through the annual budgetary provisions.